Hello guys, it's Crescent here. Welcome to my Stamina Nightblade build for 1 Tamriel patch. This is, as you can see, a 2-hand and bow build, which is pretty deadly build because of the meta sets that we'll be using, so-called meta sets I would say. That's crazy damage. It's basically an AP grinder set, you just kill all the light armor and medium armor guys so easily if they don't have enough impen. So let's get it started. Straight to the item sets. Alright, so what we'll be using is Wise Cannon on the back bar, bow bar. You put a 4-piece on the body or on the reins, or in pen. 2-piece Celine, 1 heavy, 1 medium, in pen as well if possible. And then the typical good old Viper set. Just yeah, put it on a 2-hand bar because Viper is only on melee attacks, and you don't need Wise Cannon on melee because you will just use it. I'll show you the combo later on how to use Wise Cannon. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's apply a dot on enemy when you do crit damage. Where after you clone, you will get a guaranteed crit damage. That's where how you apply your Wise Cannon. And yeah, how to farm them. Wise Cannon, you need to buy them in with Talva stones in Imperial City, which can cost a lot usually. And for the 2-hand sword Viper, you need to go to Fungal Grotto. You can farm them in normal mode, but the swords for this particular 2-hand sword, you can only get it from I think the second boss, and you need to do it in Veteran Fungal Grotto 2 to get this sword. It's not hard to get, you just need to run a few runs. It's just the impen pieces are really frustrating sometimes, as you know, no RNG and stuff like that. Yeah, so no big deal. You just need some time to farm this, maybe 1 or 2 days. It's worth it, just get it. Get these sets, it's totally worth it. And as you can see, the damage, it's just ridiculous, man. 15k physical damage. Granted, people can dodge this set, but it's still pretty good. That's why we are using the poisons, because this poison here is immobilize people so that your Celine will hit them and increases the cost of stamina, which is pretty nice because a lot of the people are running stamina builds nowadays, and this is a decent dot just to apply, just to increase the dot damage, because as you use Wise Cannon, as you use Cloak into a poison injection, you will do poison injection dot, Wise Cannon dot, and there's like 20% for you to do this dot. So as you do 1 poison injection, you can apply 3 dots. That's where the damage will come from. That's why people will say you're using hack. A lot of people just whispered me, you're using macros and shit. It's all different, it's just how you build your builds, to do up maximize damage with good healing from Wise Cannon. Alright, so another poison you can use is the typical increased magicka cost and stamina cost poison, which is pretty nice as well. Okay, so the pots I'll be using usually will be Lingering for long drawn out fights, especially against something like a magicka DK. Lingering would be super awesome. Try that for, because your magicka recovery is a bit low. Sometimes you need the magicka to cloak, to fear, to use all those skills. So Tri-Step Pots is a must as well. This is immovable pots. This is the best pots against gankers, I would say, against Nightblades, against heavy hitters that can burst you with thermal skill and stuff like that. You need this pot to prevent knockdown, because the moment you are down on the floor, they will kill you easily. That's why you need this pot, this immovable pot as well, that gives you health and stuff like that. And another immovable pot is just to run away from Zergs. You get Mesa Expedition, so you don't need to dodge throw to get it from the bow. You can just get it instantly and just start running away from Zergs. Another one is the offensive pots, which you use against weaker targets, I would say, when you feel like you can just destroy this tank because he's doing no damage and you need that extra damage from the crit. You can just pop this pot, and the detection pot is just optional, just to get some vision against especially those magicka Nightblades that mark and cloak you forever. Okay, so the pots are done. Race, yeah, doesn't really matter. Any stamina race could work. I would say Wood Elf and Red Guard would be the best race. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Khajiit would work. Dark Elf could work. Orc, not even not could work. But preferably some race with Magicka stamina recovery would be the best because you're running a stamina build, so you need to have this 2k recovery minimum. The stat sheets is pretty not impressive. I would say about 10k, 22k, 30k with low damage, decent crit. But your damage all comes from the dot, from poisons, from poison injection, wise cannon, and the proc sets from Celine and Viper. That's why it doesn't really matter when your weapon damage is low. Okay, I'll just buff it up and show you how much I'll be having. About 2.9k more or less, which is pretty decent, I would say. It's enough. It's enough for this for Nightblade, because the procs, as I said before, the procs are just too good. Skills, yeah, totally forgot about the skills. Okay, on the main two-hand bards, the typical. This is the 6 skills that you can't change. This is the best skills that two-hand and bow build have for stamina Nightblade. Reverse slice for a bit of AoE when executing. Surprise attack, your DPS. Ambush get closer. Necessisteria, your fear, your disabler. Rally of your burst heal, and incap your disable as well as major defile skill against tanky guys. And this bar, there's like a lot of skills that is fixed, I would say. Poison injection is fixed, it's just too good. It's execute dot, I would say. Shuffle just for the dodge. Siphoning attacks, I like to use it because in a 1v8 situation you need resource. Resource is a problem because there will be a lot of people beaming you, shooting, spamming snipes and all those shots and all those things, so you need to dodge a lot, you need to block a lot, so you need this siphoning attacks for the recovery. Some people like to use Mark when you're ganking. Mark is decent, or Red Lanterns focus for the damage, and a bit of recovery is decent as well. These two are your option. Or if you're running in a keep and you like to do some big plays, you can use Shadow Image as well. But for me, I'm just pretty straightforward. Sustain is king. If you have sustain, you can beat anyone. Vigor just for the healing, obviously. Shadow Cloak just for dodging zergs and all those stuff. And the back bar, I would actually use, the best one would be Bow, another morph that you can put on ground and it will just start shooting some 40k damage on people with Bow. That is the best skill, I would say, just to burst down some tanky units. But yeah, Dawnbreaker is decent, I would say. Sometimes against a lot of people, you need that stun, AoE stun for you. This can give you the AoE stun, or if you are Vampire, you can use Vampire as well, just for the extra stamina recovery. So that's about it. The skills pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's nothing special. And just gonna go through the CP really quickly. Warlord, 41 points, just to reduce a bit. Using medium armor build, so you need more into recovery, 100 into recovery, just a bit into Magicka recovery, and tenacity is nice when you do some heavy attacks with bow. Sprinter just to run away from zergs, a bit of reduced cost there. 14 in tumbling, you need to dodge throw a lot as a bow build, definitely needed. Just a bit in block because you're not using one hand and shield, so you won't be blocking a lot. Blast for the extra healing, 22 points. This is important, minimum 20 points I would say. Just a bit of, because you'll be weaving a lot of light attacks, definitely with bow and with two hand, so you need a bit of points, and against those crazy shields, Magica Nightblade with crazy shields and socks with crazy shields, you need this shattering blows. Just a bit, doesn't need more. You don't need a lot. Critical strikes, you need at least 40 points, I would say, because you're running a crit build. You have a 49% crit if I'm not mistaken, so you need this 48 points, maybe minimum 40 points I would say, a bit of piercing. You can put a bit of Thermal Church because you got 2 or 3 dots as well, which is nice, but yeah, I'll just go full into Mighty because everything will scale up from Mighty. Your Wise Pendant, your Celine, your Viper will scale up from Mighty, so you need 100 points into Mighty for sure. Okay, and crit resist 30%. Thick skin just a bit. Yeah, you don't need much because cloak can negate all the damage or dot damage. And hardy, you need a bit more hardy than element defender because nowadays a lot of Nightblades are running the similar build and they will just burst you down even with 7 in pen, so you need a bit more into hardy than element defender. A bit from expert defender just to prevent those just to negate a bit of damage from light and heavy attacks, and quick recovery, at least I would say 15 points just for the increase of vigor heals. Yep, that's about it. Actually, I'm just gonna show some combos which you can use in open world. Yeah, basically cheesy one-shot combos, I would say. So you just buff up. The most used combo that I use just to get all my AP are Cloak, Charge Heavy Attack, Poison Injection. Okay, instead I'll just ambush in usually and just execute. Ambush in, surprise attack, execute, something like that. That's the most basic combo. And there's another one which is you cloak, you walk near your target, charge heavy attack, then incap, then execute usually, or surprise attack, execute. That's the one that you use against stationary targets when they are sieging, they are AFKing or doing something. You just use that combo, which is extremely deadly. And there's one more, I would say the hardest hitting combo. You just buff out like usual, you cloak up, you walk near your enemy, charge heavy attack, poison injection, and then incap. Usually you incap or surprise attack and execute. That's another combo that you can use against pretty stationary targets. That is another combo. Yeah, one more thing, most important thing that you need to use as a Nightblade. You go to your collections, you go to your personalities, you have to activate the assassin. It gives you, swag, and you'll defeat anything. As you can see, the AP I gained from being so swagful. Yep, so that's about the build. And have fun in Cyrodiil. If any questions, just ask me in the comments below. Yeah, see you guys.